Welcome everyone to Fated Worlds Blades in the Dark, where we continue to liquefy people and maybe do some body swapping. And I think this time around we're probably gonna cozy up to Tangletown. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll.
Oh,
I have an echo.
Yes. I'm echoing
got it, guys.
somewhere.
Okay.
Got it.
Well, I'm just glad it wasn't me.
Welcome, everyone.
No, that's just mean. How's everybody doing?
Guys.
Good.
Yeah.
Excited.
Feeling very welcome.
Excellent.
Weird though, playing an hour earlier.
Yeah. Just this week, Flip. Then everything goes
Just
back
this
to
week.
normal.
Next week we'll be back to synchronized.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought, but the whole thing hasn't happened yet, right?
No, it has happened for us, not for you.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the other way around. Okay.
No.
Well.
No.
That's why I
It's happened.
thought I would be an hour late, but I'm not an hour late because my one university thingy got cancelled. So
Well,
That's nice.
in that case,
That's lucky.
I'm amazed that things didn't get screwed up because I was out to lunch on that. Anyway, somewhere in all that confusion, I think that it's probably time to go ahead and officially turn it over to you, Kelsa.
Hi everyone, I'm the Game Master, Kelsa. We're gonna play some games now, or a game. So we are playing Blades in the Dark. This is the Shroud of Diania, a weird cult that does weird cult things, such as turn people into living liquids and resurrect demon dogs with the personalities of people they have formerly liquefied, etc.
It's all good fun.
Yeah. All the good days work.
When we last left off, the Shroud had just successfully stolen a hoe, which they were planning on gifting to Rorik, the ghost and former leader of the Crows, and doing some downtime. So,
Yeah.
do you want to do a scene of you giving the hoe to Rorik, or?
Yeah, I suppose we could do a short scene of that.
Sure.
Yeah.
However you all want to.
I will find a nice bow and tie it around the hill.
Oh, adorable.
Thanks, Ruby.
Yeah, so
So-
I'm picturing something between me, and Ferk, and everyone else in the birthing chamber. See the hull standing in the middle. Yeah, the cult who have grown in size considerably since last time, since we've tiered up and everything. So you just,
We probably recruited some people, especially for this.
yeah,
We needed them for the ritual. Oh no, Kelsa.
Ah,
yeah.
I'm coming back.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, good.
I don't know what happened there, but
Brief
I'm back
hiccup.
now.
internet hiccup.
Okay, cool. I'm back, everybody. Yeah, so somehow my internet just decided that it hated me, but it's better. So yeah, let's see that scene as Farouk and the dandelion William Kildare are set up. Tell me what this scene looks like. How do you each picture it? I feel like it's not the same vision.
Let me see. So yeah, I think in the birthing chamber, and Brooke would have sort of a complicated set of runes diagrams on the floor. One with the hull in its current with its current owner. One for people who don't want to get fried by mystical energies in the middle, and then another one where
The people are who do want to be fried by mystical energies.
exactly.
We support all kinks here at the Show of Dania.
That's
That's what you would do. You can offer it.
one to which the what's his name is to be summoned.
Rorik.
Sorry.
I mean, we could just ask
alas.
him to come over. But, you know.
And I imagine there'd be, sort of the standard candles and strange incense, and
People humming.
yes.
Yeah, chanting in robes and all shit. We probably got some new robes ordered just for this. Massive tailoring effort of 40 identical robes.
Yeah.
Or however many a tier 2 gang entails us to.
And I imagine that at some point during the ceremony, Farouk would be a smartass and would turn to Kildare and be all, "Would you like to take over now?"
Oh, very interesting choice of words, my dear Farouk.
You should
I
say
would not
yes.
mind.
Rise to debate.
I would not mind that at all.
Then by all means, finish up. I'll wait.
Yeah, I think as we see the two circles on the ground, one with this massive hall thing standing, and then Rorik's astral shape in the other. You see, Kildare turns to the crowd, raises both arms up, and just leads the crowd in praise of Diania, and for her to ease the passing of this soul into a physical body that is more fit for his greatness.
I see. So is Rorik already there by that point, or are you still
I would
summoning
hope so.
him? I mean, are you forcibly summoning him to this place, or did you send out a ghost messenger to be go tell Rorik that the job is done? How
Yeah.
how does that play out?
I'd probably tell Farouk to do that.
And yeah, I think that I would contact him ahead of time to make sure he hasn't changed his mind and that he's ready and prepared and all that. But plan to do it as a formal summoning just for the show.
So you cleared this with Rorik ahead of time? Okay. Oh yeah, I can see him agreeing to that. He's a showman at heart, so
He's gonna make a grand entry.
Conjured to visible appearance.
Would Zingd have prepared some kind of mystical powder explosion thingies?
I think at the moment it's probably still El Zingo there.
Okay.
So nothing of that sort. Sorry.
I mean, maybe
And
El
as
Zingdo can
Victor?
dive into Zingd's cupboards and pull some stuff out.
Oh no!
Yeah, that might kind of prove.
If you want me to do that, I will do it if you ask me to. No problem.
Sure.
And I will roll my tinker and see what happens.
I mean, you don't have to make something. You can just grab something El Zingd makes and cross your fingers that it does what you want.
Yeah, because everything is labeled. Oh wait, nothing is labeled.
Really, what could go wrong?
Labeled in here.
Maybe Victor knows.
Is the position
Fireworks.
desperate?
Fireworks.
In this
Fireworks.
case?
Fireworks.
And that's the story of how we lost the bridge.
Yeah.
Pelzer? Risky, control, desperate.
Hmm.
Because I think you could argue for either of those.
I mean, like, you're not good at tinkering, right? But are you good at finding stuff? Are you good at, what's it called?
Survey.
Survey, right?
one.
Because maybe you can look really well at these chemicals
I
and
am
find
as
one.
grand in tinkering as in serving.
No.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Can
I'll
we
help
have-
you.
So are you doing this as Elzingdo or
Yes.
as Zingd?
As Elzingdo.
Okay.
I'll give you a
boy.
hand, Elzingdu.
Okay.
I think it's risky because I don't think it's bad enough to be desperate that. Normally, I
are
would
you
ask
sure
the other
it's
players
Zingd?
since you're interfering with another PC's stuff. But since the other player is also you, I feel like you would just be like, "Of course it's desperate. Give me XP." I feel like risky is the appropriate.
I'm fine with that.
I'm helping you, Elzingdu.
Limited
gonna help
effect.
you.
Now,
coming
bump it to
back.
desperate for greater effect.
He's coming back, but
not yet.
after the
not
ritual.
just here.
Yeah, after for the next score or whatever.
Whenever you want to bring him back, it's fine.
Yes. Okay. So I guess limited effect.
That's up to you, I would say. I think so, because you know very well that Zing doesn't label anything.
Yeah.
So sure.
Okay. So you're giving me a hand, you said.
I am.
Means I can use an extra die.
What about this? Like, this is pink, right? That looks cool.
Oh my god, this doesn't even get.
Only a partial disaster. Amazing.
So what exactly were you trying to accomplish by getting this? Like, what was your end goal?
To make it a grand show, a bit of poof, a bit of smoke, and a bit of.
Okay,
Grand
so just
entrance.
to kind of up the showmanship here.
Yes.
Okay, so I think that we're probably looking at the limited effect here is that you put on a good show, but they've seen better recently. Like,
I guess so.
a lot of these cultists that are here were like actually present when Fruk gave birth to the demon, like a couple of weeks ago, and as much theatrics as you can put into it, it just doesn't quite live up to the real thing of actual live demon birth, you know?
And they're probably used to Zingd, right?
Yeah.
And Zingd doesn't reuse stuff, and we're probably reusing old stuff of Zingd that he's already used. So they're like,
Oh yeah, and Zing always
like,
comes
this
up
is
with
the
a new thing
same.
every time.
Yeah. So.
It's like, oh, this is so last week.
Yeah.
So I think the complication here is actually on Zingd, and basically Zingd is going to have less whatever he needs. He basically is going to need to like restock. Start a 4 o'clock on Zing's character sheet that says restock the lab.
Okay. Doing that.
Yeah.
We might have tried out some stuff before to make sure that it worked, and we might have used up some resources.
It's how big is the clock?
4. It's not terrible. You can knock it out pretty quickly, and you can in fact try to resist this. That is something you can do. I think this would be probably a insight resist to have not wasted a bunch of shit.
Okay, with who should I resist with?
With Zingd. With Elzingdo.
Okay.
Since Elzingdo is the one that's doing this, you
Okay,
can
why
have
not?
him resist the consequence, but otherwise the complication gets put on Zingd.
Okay.
Alright, not bad. How much stress does Elzingdo have now?
He had 0, so he has 3 now. He got a trauma last time.
Oh
around.
yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
That was a whole thing. Cool. So Elzingdo puts on a good show. I mean, it's not bad. It's just you've seen better, and there's nothing new or exciting in it. It was a show. So yeah, like the smoke clears and the ghost of Rorik stands before you, and he says, "Yes, show me this hole." Because I figure it's like either like behind something or like
Covered. Like a
covered with like a
curtain.
big cloth, so you can do a reveal.
And I imagine
We
that
found one with a head.
Oh yeah, you found one with a head. Exactly.
I imagine that if possible, we've done some cosmetic changes so that it's not completely obvious that this is the same hull that was stolen from the Circle of Flame.
Yeah, it's black now.
Yeah,
The red
just
stripes on it.
just mostly obvious.
Well, Rorik was a crow, right? So we should totally make it black.
Mm-hmm.
Put some feathers on it, maybe.
I feel like that would be a bit too honest.
Maybe give the head a crow's beak.
Sounds good.
That'd be cool.
I imagine we would have asked Victor to do it. I didn't think anybody else of us is very good at tinkering.
Probably not, no.
We need Zing.
He will be there soon.
So yeah, what do you guys say to him? Who's the one pulling off the cloth for a big reveal?
Yeah, I think William will do the honors. Is leaning over like into the whole circle and just pulling the whole thing off.
I can just imagine William Kildare pulling and like the whole hull coming down on me.
Yeah. It's a bit heavier than that.
Farouk had tied the cloth to the hull with like a thread.
I mean, it's up to you. Yeah. What do you do? How does this work?
Yeah, I think William does it with a whole
ghostly
lot of
presence
flair.
is there, waiting, staring at you with his smoking ghost eyes, and like all of the congregation is before you, like waiting. Normally, if you guys weren't all a spoopy cult, I'd like make you roll to not be frightened shitless. But you deal with this kind of bullshit all the time.
Yeah,
so
we invite this bullshit.
You literally invited this bullshit, like just right now.
Ghosts are cool.
Ghosts are cool, yes.
Yeah, so I think I'll offer a hand to Farouk just to hold on and then let's do this together for the shroud.
Very well.
I will tell everybody to hold hands and chant along.
And so of course they do. Like the whole gang joins hands and starts chanting weird tongues, some kind of praise to Diania. I think Rorik rolls his ghost eyes like.
It sounds suspiciously like Kumbaya.
Praise Diania.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Hold on a sec.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah. That is really loud. Sorry, still going.
What is it?
Oh, maybe if you guys can't hear it, then great.
I can hear something very.
Oh, okay. Somebody's playing.
I mean, I can hear my neighbor dog barking, but I don't think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, there was a thing. So like
there was something like it sounded like rap music or something, but it was very
was
I
very
couldn't make
brief
out
and
what
very
it was
quiet.
exactly.
Okay.
It was gone. Yeah, it was gone before I could really tell it was there.
Okay. From where I am, it's like still blasting, but I'm glad that it isn't like overwhelming the sound coming from my mic.
If I
So
think about it and concentrate really hard, I can almost sort of hear there's something going on.
okay. So I think that Farouk will make like these sweeping grand gestures and treat the current occupant of the hull to depart before and assuming that goes well, then he'll
Normally, I would
Make
say
a-
that would be in a tune,
Mhm.
because it doesn't have a choice to be in there. It doesn't really. Yeah, I think you're going to need to compel it to pull itself to pull out of there
Okay.
with an attune check here. I don't think this is something that it will be capable of doing on its own. You're going to have to pull it out.
All right.
I would say physically, but I mean spiritually.
Philosophically.
Okay. Well, it'd be really embarrassing if this if this failed. So
It would, wouldn't it?
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
worry.
In
The
front of the
whole
entire
cult is
cult.
helping you, chanting along.
So I think the way I'm gonna go about it is by
I definitely am going to give you a +1 here, just from the entire cult chanting. In assistance.
Should I spend
Okay.
stress?
Oh wait, yeah.
No. You are not going to be able to give him any more additional. This is the
No.
entire
I
cult
mean,
working in tandem.
just in general for the cult chanting.
No, it's not going to cost you stress here.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
And I just realized if we're doing this before we're doing the rest of downtime, then
I gave you a choice if you wanted to do downtime first, and you said no.
Yep. Well, that was a mistake.
Mistakes were made.
Well,
let's
see. Are you sitting on
I'm sitting on 8 stress. So yeah, I'm not pushing. I am not.
I mean,
rooking,
do you want a devil's
I'm-
bargain? Let me pull out my notebook here.
I can also help you out.
Doom clock.
We can't always do that.
Yeah, I think we hit the doom clock hard enough last time.
Everybody loves that doom clock.
I mean, doom clock makes sense.
It does. It absolutely makes sense. Would you like
Doom
me to
clock
take
makes
the
sense
doom
for
clock
everything
here?
we do.
Basically.
So those of you who are just watching for the first time and don't know about the beauty of the doom clock, approximately 6 episodes ago, I started a doom clock called The Thinning of Worlds. And last episode, the players remembered about it and started taking a bunch of devil's bargains and consequences that involved putting ticks on it, counting down the end of the world. So, yeah, would you like a devil's bargain? I can put a tick on the doom clock. We're right now at a 6 out of 12.
You should do it.
Glorious.
Okay,
I mean, what can go
okay.
wrong?
Okay.
If you're
Yeah.
encouraged, let's do it.
What
Well,
could
It's
go wrong?
always your choice.
Literally everything.
Don't feel peer pressured by literally everybody else.
Like literally everybody else. But don't feel pressured.
Do
Peer
it.
pressured. It's fine.
okay. This is
All
risky,
praise to doom clock. Yes.
or is this controlled?
This is fairly controlled. Yeah, I would say this is controlled.
Okay.
I can help you out as well if you let me. I can.
So everybody is already helping and it costs you no stress. Unless you can tell me a way you are specifically helping more than chanting with the rest of the cult, then I don't think it's possible to add an extra die there.
I mean, I can.
I don't think it will be necessary.
Okay. Not
Famous
necessary,
last
then it's just...
Man, Farouk is
Keep it at that.
already pretty good at, doing ghostly stuff.
True.
Everybody's helping him. He put a tick on the doom clock, so,
Okay. So it's one extra die from the Devil's Bargain, one extra die from help. Is it
Yes.
okay? And that is all, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And you should be rolling a tune.
Well, it's gonna happen. There may be some issue.
There's definitely some issue. Okay, so this is controlled. You hesitate, withdraw, try to find a different approach, or else do it with a minor consequence, a minor complication occurs, you have reduced effect, you suffer lesser harm, or you end up in a risky position. I think this is probably just going to be lesser harm, which would be electroplasmic burns. Basically singed. Not too bad, it's just level 1 harm.
Well, I would love to resist that, except that it would probably give me trauma.
It would very likely give you trauma, and it's only level 1 harm.
Okay.
For what that's worth.
I'll take it. And I'll of course play that up as if that was a sacrifice of the body willingly given to Diania.
So we'll see how Diania feels about that. So you pull this ghost psychically out of the hull, and the spirit fingers lick up your arm, and like your the hairs on your arm all sizzle and burn. And it's not terribly debilitating, but it is painful. And it smells like burnt hair. In over the sense of incense and alchemicals and the smoke machine and all of the other scents that fill the birthing chamber here. What do you do with the ghost now that you have it?
Oh, with the extra one?
I mean, it's not like it's a person or anything. It was just a ghost powering this hull, whatever.
It's the next person.
I think we should put it to work. It should restock our library or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that big, but
I'm sure this ghost will be very friendly towards us.
I know. We should mine it for information about
yes.
that nice big library.
Yeah.
Wonderful library.
Yeah, I think that Brooke pretty much can't help but do that.
So you can't. Are you going to start interrogating it right this instant in the middle of your ceremony?
No.
Put it in a bottle.
Yeah, like a genie.
Okay. You got a ghost bottle handy you can put it into? Okay. I mean, that makes sense. So you shove it, you pull it out of the hull and you shove it into a bottle. And Rorik looks at you with his proud ghostly means and says, "Yes, this will do."
The vessel is ready!
And he like walks into it, superimposing himself over it, instead of the normal way that you would power a hull by shoving a spirit into like a power source. He just inhabits the hull.
Strange
And you can
mind in a
see,
strange body.
and you can see him like flexing the Hull's hands. And to Farouk and anyone else who wants to peer into the ghost field, you can easily see like the outline of Rorik on this this Hull's body, and clearly in the ghost field you can see his face superimposed over the metallic face of the Hull. So he says, "Yes, thank you, Farouk. This will do nicely. When I am back in control of the crows, we will remember the shroud." And then it starts clunk, 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 walking for the door.
It's alive!
Excellent.
Ecstasy of the flesh, here we come. With help of the crows, we shall take over.
Save me, Jesus.
Dusk.
Rorik is a ghost. He's been dead since before the game even began. He was formerly the leader of the Crows out of Crow's Foot, brutally murdered by his second in command.
Question.
And a few episodes ago, the Shroud of Diania ran into him and decided to help him out. Yes, you have a question.
Yeah. Do we know if Rorik is crazy or not?
No. You have no idea. Nobody asked me that. You didn't even think about it, did you?
Has that stopped literally
I mean,
anyone else in the story?
it crossed my mind, but I didn't really consider it important.
I mean,
My mind.
if we had enough pros already, he didn't need to be crazy. Was just another cherry on the cake.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, if he is, he'll be in good company.
Yeah.
I mean, that is accurate. So, yeah, now we can go to downtime.
Yes.
Who wants to do what with their downtime?
I would love to press Dania for a bit.
Praise
Yeah.
Diania.
Indeed.
Yes. Show me how.
So I think this is probably like in connection with the ritual. Like it might even be something directly like we're like strengthening the bond of the Hull with Rorik, and asking Dania for like additional blessings in this, so that we can do her work elsewhere, so we can further her domain.
Show me.
This man was a king in his past life.
User joined your channel.
Taken from.
User left your channel.
Apparently, we had a very temporary visit.
Yeah.
Invading.
You can hear these voices from the other side.
More spirits, yes.
It was a spirit visiting us.
Joined the channel of life. And then gone too quickly. Much like poor Rorik.
I mean, he kept longer. Well, I'll just skip it. Damn. When the words are missing.
Yeah. This man was a king in his past life, stolen from his queen, betrayed by those who he trusted the most. Now, he's a tool for our sake. He'll be a useful ally in the world, in the world of the living. And if you, dearest Diania, our lady, if you can help us in this pursuit, we will spread your name far and wide.
Beautiful. Are you offering her a sacrifice?
Let's see. Any of the new cult members would like to offer themselves? I'd be more than happy to take them.
I don't think that's I don't think that's the way it works.
I mean, you could offer her a level of the cult, like just like sacrifice a few people. No,
Let's see.
not.
I'm not sure
I
if
mean, you
William's
could.
quite
You could
there
just
yet.
murder some people in her name, and that's so it's cool.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Yeah. So I think I even like turn to Rorik and say, like, Hull Rorik and say, choose your sacrifice. You have your pick of the litter. Is there a motion to everyone else?
Everybody else?
No, not everybody else, of course. Yes, Ferg. No. Just our nameless goons. Here. Take whoever you want. That their blood strengthens yours.
So wait, how are you doing this? You're just taking some of the random cult members and doing exactly what, and telling Dania to take them?
I'm telling Rorik to take them. How Rorik to grab one, consume it as you please.
But aren't you giving it to Rorik then instead of to Dania?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
I mean, Rorik is mostly a tool for her will at this point. Like, he has a mind of his own, but then again, so do we all. And we all serve her. Summary is more aware of it.
I think it's like,
If he is more powerful, then so is she.
I mean, that is certainly one way to look at it. But so you're just taking one of your nameless cultists and just giving them to Rorik and saying,
feast upon their flesh.
Hmm.
And pass their soul to the goddess.
I think...
no, cat. No, get off my keyboard. No.
Kelsa's typing cat stuff into Twitch.
Yeah, I think that Fruk is actually going to have a problem with that.
I think many of the cultists are going to have a problem with that. That's not what they signed up for.
Yeah.
Welcome to cult life, or lack thereof.
Yeah.
I mean, let me roll a die right here.
We could ask if any of them would want to be a ghost.
Yeah.
Hi. Would you like to be a ghost? Yeah, have you discussed this with any of them before?
Would you like to rid yourself of your terrible meat sack and gain a higher life?
My house might just offer to make me food.
Oh.
Aww.
That's so cool. He's approved. He's new here, so.
Nice.
I guess he gets to stay.
This one lives.
He won't get sacrificed today in a year.
Yep.
Brilliant. Okay. So,
So I think I'll say there are times when any of us may be called upon to give the ultimate sacrifice to Dionia. But this is not the way.
You guys should turn this into a popularity contest.
Oh, yeah.
Like pull on the clock, the popularity clock.
yes, let's
Indeed.
pull on this
See who
clock.
people listen to.
Uruk. Yeah. Would you like to sway the masses, each of you?
Sure.
You're like, no?
Well,
Do you have an alternative action you would like to take, Farouk?
yeah. I think rather than trying to convince them of anything, it's more, oh, we're all in this together. This decision is dangerous for all of us, and I'm just your buddy, who's on your side and with you, not trying to convince you of anything, just with you. So,
So you offer yourself up first then, but it's very honorable of you, Ferg. Very well. I'm not one to turn down a willing sacrifice.
Hmm.
But Farouk,
Well, yeah, I
you
guess my
one-
reply to that is, if Diania rather than yourself wills it, then yes.
Dania?
Indeed.
But Farouk, weren't you the one who told me that we should be willing to give everything for Diania?
Yes.
Yes,
I'm helping
personally.
William here. Since this is downtime, is it downtime? Is it pre-downtime?
I mean,
It is downtime. So do I pay stress for helping him?
I'm very much trying to downtime right now.
Since this is being meant as a downtime action, I would say you do not need to pay stress here.
Well, I'm still helping William Kildare because Farouk is scary. Like, I'm normally not
I'm
a
killing
fan of
people.
human sacrifice, but if it's Farouk, then that might just save my life later. So.
All right.
And
Yeah.
Farouk, how are you going to convince? You're standing here in front of the crowd, and you only have a few moments.
Do you mean William?
Has offered up someone as a sacrifice. What do you say to convince them otherwise?
Well, I mean, essentially the same what I've already said so far. Like that.
Question for you, Umbra. Actually, hold on, just one second.
Yes.
Do you know the name of the occultist, the adept part of your cult that you are sacrificing? Did you not even bother to learn their name? It's just like you.
Yeah, I figured this is like a recent acquisition, so I've probably seen them around. Like, might have had like a chat, like introduction.
But you don't care. You don't know what their name is.
I don't remember.
Brooke, do you know what their name is?
Possibly. I mean, the way I'm going about this is very much consorting rather than swaying. It's.
I figured that was probably going to be your jam.
So if I can manage to remember, then that would probably be. I mean, I don't think that I should be able to say, well, yes, of course I remember, and I want that as a bonus to my roll. But
I mean, it's not going to be a bonus to your roll.
But
if you don't
well,
know
okay.
their name, it's gonna. I don't think it's going to affect like a bonus to the roll or what have you, but it may affect the positioning of your effectiveness one way or another.
Well, okay. So my thinking is that if the roll goes well, then part of that would be that I'm saying, how how dare you sacrifice our new and precious recruit, Alzel. He is a part of this community and is worthy of respect.
Yep. That's his name now, officially, by the way.
You were the best of us, also.
All right. So yeah, I mean, I'm leaving it to you narratively if you want to know his name or not, but that's canonically his name now.
Okay.
How do you spell that?
I spelled it Ozzle. Alzel.
That's how it is. It's spelled now.
Yep.
Let me write that on the character sheet. Shroud of Dania.
Brilliant.
And Ozzel, and then you recruit.
So I think the way, and in sort of putting myself in this position, if I fail, then I am essentially will stand up
First in line.
to be first in line, and will hope to be able to just like force Rorik not to be able to do the sacrifice, but it could go badly.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, this could definitely go badly, but let's see what happens. So I think this is basically right now we're doing a tug of war clock here on your control of the shroud clock, and you're each going to get ticks based on how well you roll here. It's essentially a fortune roll. It's not. There's no positioning. And depending on how well you roll, it's going to give you that 1, 2, or 3 ticks on this clock. And then if you both get the same amount of ticks, there's no change. If one of you gets more, etc., etc.
Okay.
So this is where Farouk gets 1 tick and Kildare gets 5. And, it's fine. See what happens.
No problem.
Everything's going to go well. So let's see, what would this be?
I feel like Kildare is swaying here while Farouk is consorting.
Probably.
And I think that really says a lot about the dynamic of this gang.
Yes, probably.
Sorry, this crew.
This cult.
Yes.
Gang of misfits.
Okay.
Who's a misfit? I'm not a misfit.
Fit right in here.
Are you saying that as zinged or a zingdo? Because in both cases you're wrong.
Just both.
So we've heard both of your speeches. Now commit dice. All right, a 4 and a 5 are essentially equal in this case. So you both would get 2 ticks, which means there is no change. So I think what happens here is Diania will interfere. And she says, none of you see where she steps out from. She's just there as she places her arm around Ozil's shoulder and says, "Yes, come with me." And she grins with her shark teeth and just leads him away.
Well, that's went wonderfully.
Yes. Now that is a proper sacrifice.
Yeah.
At least we agree on something.
Let me write rest in peace on Ozil's description.
I mean, he made that.
Zindo is very jealous right now.
He's not dead yet.
I mean, he's only
He's only mostly dead.
He and Diania are having a good time, which may or may not result in his death. We'll see. So, you may roll your downtime action of indulging your vice, if you'd like, for William Kildare.
Indeed. Extra dice. Oof.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Hey, William
Oh wait,
Kildare,
but you're doing it through worship, so I thought there isn't a roll involved. It just eats half the stress.
No, it changed.
Oh.
Yeah, I changed.
Yeah, it's now a normal vice like the others.
So
Well,
it's now
except
a
that you
normal
can't
vice.
overindulge.
It's now normal vice, but if you provide a sufficient sacrifice, you cannot overindulge, and you get 1 die forward towards Diania as well.
So, William Kildare, I was looking at your character sheet, and I see that you have 1 die in sway. However,
Yes.
I was helping you.
Oh, did you? All right, yeah, you did.
Yeah, if you want to roll once more and see if she gets you that 6 for your sweet, sweet tick.
No!
Yes! Oh, Ruby. Good
Praise be to our
job.
muses.
Thank you for remembering, Hassa. Alright.
I mean, Kildare as the newcomer needs a little bit help, right? Oh, I should relog as a player. I remembered it myself this time. I mean, only like an hour into the game, but I remembered it.
Better with than never.
Not that big a deal.
Right, why is this not working? Oh, there we go.
Why didn't I just do that? That would have been smart.
And, Hassa, we just lost you.
Yeah, because I'm relogging as a player.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Be back.
William is slowly edging his way towards half control of the cult. Basically, they have seen Diania appear as, although she did not back up what he was saying, specifically, he was the one that said we should sacrifice this person, and then she came and claimed the sacrifice. So even though that wasn't really what he was saying, that's what people heard. So
I mean, it's the thought that counts.
right? Right?
It was sacrifice. Everyone had a
yes.
good time.
So I think you all clear out of the ritual hall at this point. Who would like to have the next downtime scene?
Pick me! Pick me!
Sure, go for it, Ruby.
You know, I don't know what's wrong with these guys, but I think it's time to bring my mentor back.
So many things.
Because, you know, he took the fall for the cult and they're just letting him rot, and it was so not his fault. So, yeah, I'm gonna go work towards getting Lamb back, because, like, this stuff is ridiculous. So,
I mean, it's been an amount of time since he went to jail. It may just be that it's time for him to come back.
I don't know, because didn't he get, like, put in jail for extra long time? I mean, Yin might come back at some point, but...
No, Yin tried to get him in jail for an extra long time, but failed.
Did she?
I thought so.
That does
I
sound
double
familiar.
check my notes.
I didn't remember her failing.
Like, he was supposed to be in jail
Didn't
for,
she...
like, a month, and I think maybe she got him in jail for, like, 3, but...
Well, let's see, he took the fall for a wanted level.
Mm-hmm. Which is, for one wanted level, is normally a month.
Okay. And then she made him take the fall for murder with the crossbow. I didn't know what it ended up being, but I do remember it was more than a month.
It was more than a month, but it's definitely already been more than a month of game time in this since he went to jail. It may be approaching a month of game time since Yin went to jail as well.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine that. I don't know. I think it would be more fun to break him out. I mean, if you say he gets out anyway, sure. Like that's up to you. I can't decide stuff like that.
Okay. I mean, because if you want him to be back, we can definitely just. I believe it's been long enough. We can just say that he is out, but probably also Yin would be out at the same time.
I mean, if we break them out, I imagine they'd come out at the same time as well, so that makes sense. But I don't know. I'd enjoy breaking them out more, but you know, you're the GM.
That's not really something you can do as a downtime action, is what I'm trying to say.
No. I would prepare for breaking out and then ask the cult if they want to join me in a score of breaking them out.
Okay. Yeah. If you want to prepare for breaking them out and then see if you can get the rest of the crew to join you, that's fine.
That would be cool. Either way, I'm gonna prepare for breaking them out, and then
Set
I'll
the
see what
stage.
everybody
What
does.
are you gonna do?
So, well, I mean, it's not just a case of breaking out, right? I mean, if you just break out of prison and not do anything, then there's people who are going to be like, hey, wasn't this guy in prison, and isn't he supposed to be in prison? And then they're going to come and get you and put you back. So I would like...
I mean, bluecoats are busy.
Well, either way, I'd like to make sure that they stay out. So I'd like to start a long-term clock of I'm gonna go to cozy up to a prison warden and convince him to change the records. To I don't know, to make it so that Lan and Yin have never really been there, or have been released earlier already, or something like that, so that when they escape, yeah, they basically can stay out.
So where are you going to do that?
So I am going to Ironhook Prison, and I'm gonna find me a nice guard that might want to help me with this.
Okay.
Gonna throw all my charm, maybe a coin or two, stuff like that.
Okay, so you're it sounds to me like you are maybe acquiring an asset of this guard to help you.
Sure. Oh, and I'd like to ask my friend Nerix, the prostitute, to help me out.
That way you can have someone to to promise him a good time, because you are a little girl, and that would be weird.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I'd just be playing matchmaker and asking a favor in return for matching him up with this hot woman.
This beautiful woman who's definitely not a prostitute or a possessor ghost at all. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, yeah.
So, how does that work?
Well, I mean, we can do a little role playing here as you and Nerix approach the prison.
I mean, I think this would take a little preparation, where Nerix would be... I'd find a prison guard and check out to which cafe he goes, and then in the cafe, Nerix would be sitting there, and I'd be I'd be there sometimes with her, obviously being her friend, and and then at some point I'd go up to the guy and say, "Hello, sir. You look lonely." And I'm basically trying to convince him that he looks lonely and is interested in Nerix. Which he might be, because she is pretty.
What?
She's pretty. Yeah. So it sounds like you're swaying him here. Does that sound right to me?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So yeah. So he says, well, sometimes, little girl. Oh. Why do you ask?
So, well, I mean, I have a nice lady friend, and I just really want her to be happy. And you look like a good guy. You look like you help out people.
I guess so.
And maybe we can help each other out. I'll introduce you to my beautiful friend, and I'll gesture to Nerix.
And he looks, and he's like, not bad.
And you just do this little... It's not important. We'll get to that later. So what's my position?
This is a downtime action, so there's no position.
Right. So it's
so you're rolling
attribute.
An attribute, yeah, which is going to be your sway, though.
So I imagine I get help from Nerix, looking all beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. You get 1 die for her helping you. She's one of your friends. All right. Hello, sir. So on a 5, for an acquire asset, you get a standard We're supposed to roll the. Oh, is this the right? It's saying acquire asset.
Is
roll
the cruise
tier instead of
I mean, we can. I can roll again with a limited amount of dice.
Hold on.
I think I've seen that before as well.
I'm gonna roll 1d4 because this automatically puts them in lowest to highest, and just remove whatever roll comes up on this die.
Sure.
Oh, very sorry.
Failed you have.
That removes the 5, which means that your highest roll is a 3, which would give you a poor quality asset.
Can I spend a coin?
Absolutely. You can spend a coin to improve the quality of the asset, or to... So basically, like, he's interested in... I think without spending the coin, what you get here is that he's more interested in Nyrix than in helping. You know? He's like, yeah, okay, kid, I'll help, whatever, and provides kind of shoddy assistance in as far as
luckily I get 2 stash each downtime, so I'm gonna convert that into a coin.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna say, of course, there's a reward tied to it, and I jingle a bag of coins.
Well, sounds like...
Not to forget my nice friend over there.
Yeah, and he's like, sounds like I'm getting the good end of this deal. And he'll like take the bag of coins and like walk over to Nyrix and like sit down too close to her and be like, let me buy you a drink. But like he's agreeing to help you guys out here. He will be there as you're in to the prison for this bag of coins and some time with Nyrix.
Okay, so I didn't want him to be in the prison specifically.
Well, he'll give you the information. Is that what you were looking for?
No, I wanted him to change the details so that when they were out, they could stay out. Like that it looked like they were supposed to be.
That's an in at the prison. That's like changing inside man, changing records.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So as my second downtime action, I would like to gather some information.
Yes. Tell me where, when, how.
I have a plan, of course. If the crew helps, it depends on what. But I thought about what the kind of thing that Yin would plan to get out of prison, and this is what I came up with her planning. She would want things to. Basically, she likes misdirection. So what she would do would be start a prison riot and then use that to sneak out at the same time. So I'm looking for information that's helpful for that, like ways out of Ironhook prison or guards that you can easily be bribed to get in, like for us to go get them. Or who to fight at the prison, like who to start a riot between, like things like that.
Okay.
I don't really mind what specific information I get. Just just looking for
that's
something.
all going to be that each one of those information that you're looking at there is going to be found out through a different method. So maybe tell me how you want to find the information, and I'll give you more details.
I imagine that technically Yin is finding out this information from inside the prison, and Lan is conveying it to Ruby using his bound in darkness.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that he would have he wouldn't be able to find out a good way to get out of the prison, because if that was common knowledge in the prison, a lot of people would be breaking out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the easiest way would just be to either convince someone that their prison sentence was already up, or to maybe fake their deaths. Those would be like the easiest ways.
Okay,
to
I like
get someone out of
faking their
prison.
death. That's kind of cool.
This would be fairly common knowledge, although it's not easy to fake someone's death, unless maybe you're a spoopy cult. I don't know.
We need Elzing, or we need Zinged back. I mean,
mm-hmm.
just scream Zinged. Yeah, like, what do I need to roll to acquire information?
Like I said, it depends on how you're doing it. So what you're doing is getting the information that I
know
that Lan can get out of the prison.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would probably be like based on Lan's consort.
So Yin would be gathering the information, not Lan.
Okay.
And Lan would be
just
being
sending
the
it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's see. What does she do? Does she talk to people? Does she listen very well? I think she talks to people.
Okay.
She's got a beautiful poisonous tongue. Is there any position tied to this?
No, because it's a downtime action. Yeah.
Okay.
Bam.
Not shabby.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna say that you've taken extra time to gather this information just because Yin has been in prison so long already.
Mm-hmm.
So you get +1 effect here. You
Cool.
basically have all the information you could possibly want.
Cool.
You've got exceptional details. The information is complete, and follow-up questions may expand into related areas. So, what? So yeah.
So let me ask the rest. Like, what do you guys want to spend a score trying to get Lan and Yin out of prison?
I mean, if they're coming out soon anyway, I think we have better things to do, to be quite honest.
And that would be quite short of the idea exactly because they are coming out soon to free them. Because it wouldn't make any sense.
Nah, like, I'm not about that life.
I like prison breaks.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm sort of split on it. I'd certainly want to give the appearance of helping them to get free. Whether or not whether or not they'd be released anyway, or if it actually helps, is slightly less relevant, as long as it appears to them that we're helping.
So, is there something I can do to convince William Kildare and Farouk? Like, are they convincible to actually help?
Things like more me as a player than anything else. Like, I think we have other missions to do, and little time to do them in. Given that the world is ending soon.
Okay, well, I'd like to do it, but you know, I can't make you.
Yeah, like as a player, I don't think it's necessary, but Farouk could certainly be convinced, and if he's convinced, then I'm fine with it. So there you go. But I mean, it's still a split within the players, so I'm not sure how best to whether to do it as a score or
I mean, if you
maybe
guys
as
really don't
sort of
wanna
an
do it-
abbreviated one. I don't know.
Yeah, if you could do it as a like a fast score, I'd be all for it.
I mean, like, I don't know, like, if you guys don't want to do it, we can just like ask Elsa like when they come out and wait. Like she said, it'd be soon. I just thought it would be fun to get them out of prison because you know they took the fall for the cult. I think they deserve something nice. But you know, if you guys want to wait and see when they get out, like.
I think we would have missed something if we did all this crazy stuff we did and didn't do a prison break, but
I think,
Technically, you
I
guys
think it's
are
a
right.
good time to take a break and maybe talk about this offline for a minute.
Yes, that might be a good idea.
Sure.